Hello everybody, good evening and welcome back to our Tuesday eBay stream. It's been a couple of weeks, we took a break last week, but good to see many faces already. I've got elite football scenes, hello, and Senk Unal as well, who's a great concept designer. I've had the pleasure of working with Senk through some projects with Football Share Collective before, so welcome Senk. Ragav says the man, the legend. I don't know about that, but I am back, and yeah, we're gonna. I mean, well, I'll talk a bit about some updates for the channel shortly. We are getting back. We are getting back. John Carl says, "Damn, I've had poor got phone on my pant leg." Sloppy there from John Carl. Welcome nonetheless. Thomas, today's thought: I will never understand women. Nevertheless, hope everyone is having a good evening. That's probably too much of a tangent to go down that subject, but welcome nonetheless. Andy, Steve-O, thank you guys for tuning in. If you are new here, I will start by saying subscribe. If you are fresh off the boat, if it's your first time, I should say. Please subscribe. We're close to 3,000 subscribers, so I'm looking forward to hitting that milestone, and we'll do some fun stuff when we get there as well. So please subscribe if you're new. You can also, if you are a fan of the channel and you want to support me further, get some exclusive benefits, you can support me on Patreon. Details are in the description. And at this stage, I will also give a couple of firstly, you would have noticed today, hopefully, that I posted my first YouTube short. So I'm going to be doing some shorts series. One of them is going to be kind of some of my hidden gems, unsung heroes, the shirts which have flown under the radar, the sleeper kits as I've dubbed them. So that's going to be a series running throughout, this season or this year, I should say. Check that video out. Anyone who's watched the Hot Wall, you'll see some of the kits that have been on the Hot Wall there. But yeah, I'll be picking out some of those for you. Let me know what you think of that series, guys, if that's good. And also, I recently announced that I'm going to be, I am now a brand ambassador of Fanatics. So that means I'll be sharing some good deals. There's going to be a discount code, which I'm going to share as soon as I can. So basically, if you like Brazilian shirts, and many of you will know Fanatics, I've obviously worked with them before. But I'm really excited to be partnering with them again. So you're going to be seeing loads of stuff on here, loads of stuff on Twitter. All good stuff like that. Ragav says, the best bargains this year was the Arsenal finds, hoping for some more magic tonight. Yeah, can we find some good stuff? Of course, we found a few bits. Last time round we found a Bilbao and a New York Red Bull shirt. They're currently in the wash. I can't show them off to you guys today, but yeah, that was pretty good, and we've had some good ones. And Elite Football Scene says, I went to the Adidas store, and apparently there were 170 third shirts in stock. However, only 5 on display. So interesting to see that bigger restock, Elite. That's good to hear. Obviously, many people wanting to pick up that shirt. So that's that's cool. That's good. Right, let's get to eBay. That's what you guys are here for. And if I just over, you'll see we are on eBay. Any returning visitors will know we don't do anything fancy here. We are literally searching football shirts, the most generic term you can think of. Auctions ending soonest. There are many ways to search eBay. I like this method, but of course, if you're looking for something specific, you could do saved searches and things like that. But we're going to go with this, a kind of catch-all term. So. And just quickly, guys, as well, I'm going to make sure that I've got the chat live here. Of course, I'm not in my main studio setup. When I do get that back, I will get a second monitor and things. There's plans to upgrade the setup. Currently, I'm on my phone. I just want to make sure that's all firing away. That looks good. Here we go. So. I know on this Liverpool shirt, I'm a Liverpool fan, as many of you know. I'm quite keen to pick up one of these shirts at a cheap price. I don't know. I mean, it's just the auction's just ended. That seems like a good deal. It is just a simple top, but I quite like this one. And to be fair, 22 quid. I'm pretty sure that'll be below the market value, or certainly the retail value currently. It's still this season's or current season pretty much top. If it hits the sale though, it could get to that price at the end of the season. So it's nothing crazy there, but that's a fun one to just start off with. It's the kind of thing. It's on my radar. I'm looking out for the end of season, as I say, end of season sales. That one is kind of If I can get that for less than 20 quid at the end of the season, I'll be pretty happy. Another auction which is just ending too soon for us to get a proper look at it is this Germany shirt. Now it could be fake. I think it is fake based on those details. You can see here, guys, just on the Adidas logo, that's, I don't know, it's not the worst I've seen, and it could actually be real, but that, I think, is more of a giveaway. Look at the alignment there, it just looks a bit skewed. So I'm pretty sure it's fake. I can't say for certain. Obviously, at £10, it would be a good pickup for whoever won this, but I don't think that's real. The Adidas logo looks dodgy. The applications look dodgy. Maybe it's real, but if it is, it's not survived particularly well. Steve saying, Ajax away, 2022, the blue one, still €90 in Adidas. Anyone had an income when it might be a little cheaper. And Elite 14 saying, have you checked kit bag? That's a good shout, actually, Elite. Kit bag are good for sales. But yeah, Steve, I'm not sure, honestly, on that one. I would expect it to hit the sales at the end of the season. I doubt they would sell out before then. But yeah, that's an interesting one. A shirt which kind of got overshadowed by the third shirt, but I think it is pretty smart nonetheless. And I do quite like it. I do quite like, that. As a cheap pickup at the end of the season. It's definitely one on my radar. Talking of Ajax, again, I'm not sure if this is real based on that Adidas logo. It looks a bit funny, but either way, again, the auction has gone nonetheless. Another interesting, this is some international ones to start us off tonight. Now this, if this was a better size and we had a bit of time to kind of check, and ideally you want to see the product code in this one, looks to be, the pictures don't look bad. It is 2XL, which partly explains why it hasn't had a bid, or maybe there's an obvious fake sign that we're missing. My first impression of this one is a lot better than the others we've seen, so my hunch is this one's real. I might be wrong, but certainly for that shirt, I mean, even at 2XL, to be honest, it'd probably be worth a punt. Not quite enough time. We've had a few rushed bids, obviously, over the weeks. This could have been one to go for. I think if it was XL, or medium to XL, it'd probably be worth a go. With a bit more time as well. If we could verify that was real, that would be a good price. Even though this shirt obviously hit the sales rack after the Euros, it was actually still one of the more popular ones of the year. And Ibrahimovic, it's a fun name set to get. Catching up on the comments, we have Ragav saying, Phil, given the influx of interest in football shirts, are we approaching an era of only authentic vapor released? I think certainly it's a big topic on the subject of authentic vapors. Clearly, they're not going anywhere, and I think if you look at things like how many more people are buying authentic vapors, it's clearly a market which is still being explored. So you would expect things like the price to go up. You would expect things like, more options for people at that end of the market, because ultimately, if it's making the teams and brands more money, it will be explored further. I don't think that will mean the end of replicas, but I think there is a bit of a crisis with replicas in that they are really being shown up by the authentic and the the player issue. And given the price, I think we either need to see more, a greater rollout of things like basic shirts, i.e. a third tier, which is much more reasonably priced, or replicas do need to get better, otherwise they end up looking pretty bad. But it's an interesting subject. It's one which we could talk at length about. As I've been talking, this is a busy night. We've already had a few auctions just ended, so I'm just going to look through these now for interest. This Torino shirt, not a design I'm overly familiar with. Sorry, I couldn't tell you if this was real or not. Manufacturer ABM, famous for Italian shirts. So I, on the top of my head, I don't know if that's real. If it was real, it's surprising that you wouldn't have a bid at that price. So that makes you think either it's not real, or maybe these are just quite easily found. Obviously, shipping from Romania isn't ideal for a UK collector. But at that price, for a 1992 shirt, generally speaking, in a good size, long sleeve, no matter the team, that's generally a good price. And Ragav also saying, long sleeves slowly stopped hitting the mass market, honestly, for replicas won't be around much longer. Well, I hope long sleeves come back in a big way. There's signs that they may be slightly come back. Some teams have had them this year, obviously, but yeah, we need them back, I think. Or certainly I'd love to see them back. Right. Another one as well. This is a Croatia shirt. Well, supposedly a Croatia shirt. Honestly, I'm not convinced at first glance. It could be real. I don't want to spend too much time given the auctions ended, so I won't investigate much further. St. Pauli, another shirt, which has, St. Pauli shirts always have collectability, even though the Underarm ones aren't as popular. Some of the Hummel stuff. Yeah, nice, very nice. But of course, I've been talking so much. We are missing auctions left, right. It's so many auctions. I mean, again, this is one we've just missed. Hungary, which was a very, an Adidas template, but quite a nice one at that. Yeah, £10, a good deal for someone there. More comments coming in. John Carl got 2013 New York Red Bulls and 2007 Houston Dynamo home for this week for under $20 each. Lovely pickups. Can't complain with that at all. And Thomas asking thoughts on the 150th anniversary Rangers kit. In short, there was nothing exciting about it for me. I don't know. It sounds bad for any fans of Castor, but I am basically yet to be that convinced by them. I don't think they've been bad. I've just never really warmed to one of their kits. The Rangers, was it the third one? What was the white, the kind of special edition one that they had this year? That one had something about it. The kind of asymmetric placket was quite fun. The collar, but yeah, basically that one it was quite forgettable, really. And I know anniversary kits can be quite simple, but yeah, I wasn't bowled over by that one, Thomas. Put it that way. I don't remember this Ajax shirt, and I wonder if this is a training top. Hang on, let's have a look. We'll go to oldfootballshirts.com, a great resource for looking at a team's kit history. My internet's a bit slow tonight. I apologise. I don't. Was that an Ajax shirt? I don't think it was, right? No, I don't think it was. It could be a training top, of course. It does have the feel of a training top, or it's just a straight up fake. Given the quality there, it could just be a fake. Anyway, I do like Old Football Shirts Day. If you want to find out teams' kit history, it's a community curated site, and it's really useful. Really, really useful for reference. Nigeria kit. Of course, I don't know how they're getting on tonight. I know last I saw it was 1-1, but I'd love to hear any updates. Yeah, guys, if you have them, so do ping them in as that second half. I think the second half's still going, isn't it? So that's pretty exciting. More comments as well. Thank you guys for chucking in comments. Do keep asking stuff, even if I'm a bit slow to reply sometimes. If I don't answer, someone in chat probably will. Brock says, good evening, good man. Chivas USA 2010 home shirt. Thoughts on Chivas shirts? Yeah, the ones I've seen some pretty fun ones over the years. Well, let's use old football shirts because I'm trying to think of any specific ones which have. What are they called? Yeah, they are called. Again, my internet is a bit slow tonight. Oh no, so that's the Mexican team of the same name. I'm trying to think of any ones which have been standouts. I mean, not specific to the team, but I did really like Adidas's construction. The formation and tech fit stuff was so interesting. It was very unusual. Not necessarily the most comfortable to wear, but the long sleeves look great. So these kind of kits, I think, are really, really good. And again, that's the same for other, other Adidas teams. Look at this one as well. Now this, I assume, yeah, this is classic football shirts. Look at that for a design. Really interesting. Not quite as good as this one, in terms of the fact it's not long sleeves. But yeah, I think in general this would be one I'd love to look at. And again, that's the same for a number of Adidas teams. But yeah, I like it, Book. I like it. And John Carr with a great point there, saying because they only exist for a few years, their shirts will be available forever. So that's true. It's kind of come and go. Their shirts, there's just fewer of them in the wild, and that does increase collectability. It's a very hard thing to track, a very hard thing to kind of gauge. But yeah, that's absolutely true, and it's one thing to consider. Thomas saying we're searching for the St. Pauli Jet Daniels kit. Oh yeah, they're very good. They're very good, Thomas. And Joe, even for watching the stream on the TV. Nice, you get the full experience. That's good stuff, Joe. Just quickly, I'm pretty sure that is fake for a number of reasons, not least the patches, the swoosh. Everything looks bad about that. But this stuff gets bids. It is mad the amount of fakes on eBay, and I've obviously I've been caught out many times. It's almost impossible to keep track of, but yeah, some stuff you just have to hold your head in your hands. AJT, do you think the Ajax third gets stocked again? Seems how little they've sold. So on that note, AJT, we've been discussing that before. That the Adidas store apparently had some in. So I would check your local Adidas stores, and I wouldn't be surprised if they do have another restock. We'll see, but I think all indications are there's been at least a couple of waves of restocks. So I don't think we're going to be completely sold out of them yet, but we will see. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, there's certainly been enough restocks to make me think there'll be some more in the pipeline. Just quickly, this Coventry shirt. Now, I'm trying to remember, was this one of the ones that was given to season ticket holders only? Or maybe not. I know some of the Coventry shirts have been like that, or they've certainly been relatively limited. This I might be wrong. I think it was either this one or another one from the same year, but interesting to see that one in small, already with the bid at £50. It is quite nice. Coventry have had some great kits with Armour. I would say that, wouldn't I? But they are good. Andy saying Castor's anniversary for Rangers last year was the best effort. Stunning blue shirt. I'm trying to remember that one. Andy, I'm sure I would have seen it, but yeah, I shouldn't hate on them too much. But I'm just see this one. I like this one. Again, assuming that one is real, but I think this one actually, to be honest, was quite nice, and it had a really nice historical tie-in. You know what? I've just realised Photoshop's open, so if I close that, we might actually speed things up a little bit. Yep, I don't need that open anymore. Yeah, this one. It's got some very serious stain there, but there we go. Yeah, that one had something about it. AGT, Nigeria drew, failed to qualify. Also, that game's finished. Yikes. Yeah, I hate to see it. So did Ghana, I can't remember how, was it a knockout game? I can't remember what the deal was there. Was it away goals that Ghana went through on? If so, that is, whew, heads will roll after that, I think. Middleman, hello. Apologies, I'm very slow to catch up on the guys, but welcome. Good to see you, my friend. This also looks fake based on that crest. Yeah, lots of fakes tonight. That is eBay for you, but yeah, ouch. Amaga, Portugal, yes, guaranteed another CSM World Cup shirt. See, right, here we go. Let's just. I've been obviously streaming during the World Cup qualifiers. Have we got a handy list? I don't know if BBC will offer it to us. I don't know if we'll have a nice kind of live scores. That's nothing. Yeah, that's not really helpful. What do I need? I don't know if there's a site where we could see all of the different Federation matches in one go. I think I'm going to leave this because that pursuit is going to take a while. But keep the updates coming nonetheless. And yeah, Thomas, very good point saying IDS must be kicking themselves off. Italy crashed out. Indeed. I think, yeah, there's been many stories of that over the years, of course. But yeah, that is a painful one for Adidas execs, that's for sure. Not the best time to be coming in. But I'm sure they'll still put all their effort into it. Just quickly, now am I right in saying this is the same guy we've seen before who just has excellent template shirts or amateur team shirts? I think it is, isn't it? And it was, well, I'm sure it was someone either who was in chat before, but these are so good for £10. Obviously, you know, the resale value on these is quite limited, and you can, you know, given that these haven't had any bids, it kind of speaks to the fact that they are quite a niche thing. But I really like, you know, if you're someone who enjoys these kind of off the wall shirts, and they, you know, often they've got name sets. Some of the templates are really nice, and yeah. So I've mentioned this seller before, Jack Mad Gwick. I'm not going to try and say that in one. Really good stuff there for a tenner. It's really cool. So yeah, some good stuff. If that's the kind of show that you like to pick up, if you got a spare tenner lying about, you could. There are worse ways to spend it than that for sure. Tom's saying what's happening in the Senegal versus Egypt game. Again, I can't provide any updates at the moment, as I think it will distract me too much. But having said that, now you've asked that, Thomas, I want to find out, so I'm going to Google that. Again, my internet's a bit slow tonight. Looks like it is. Oh wow! So it's dead even after an early own goal. There we go. All to play for. Andy said I'm a template buying fiend at the moment. Yeah, Andy, I thought of you when I saw that shirt. That's for sure. Right, I've been hovering over this one. This is interesting. Sampdoria. Shirts always very good to look at, and even though the kind of noughties era is less heralded, of course, than the 90s, there's still some really smart templates. Kappa, of course, were really fun in this era too. Now, this shirt, the listing says match worn. Let's have a read of the description. Match worn Sampdoria and Gasparoni. A player, I'll be honest, I've not heard of. Let's have a quick look. Because again, whether it's match one or not, it's always good to get an idea of who the player was, at least roughly. So things, for example, it looks like he was on loan. But had quite a good year. Well, for a second striker. Yeah, so a bit of a journeyman. Yeah, nothing to write home about. But if we look a bit more at the shirt, well, let's read the description first. Match-worn Sandro shirt was picked up by a reputable collector of Sandro match-worn shirts in Italy. No certificate of authenticity. Now, of course, you know, you could look at the shirt and there's some, you know, nothing about it. I'm not aware of any specific kind of details on the match shirts for this era of Kappa. It looks like a genuine Kappa shirt, and there's certainly some wear and tear. But of course, when you don't have a certificate of authenticity, you are basically you're going in blind, really, and that really hurts the value. Of course, if we knew this was match worn, I think there would be, you know, immediately you're happy to pay more, and you should be happy to pay more. Many shirts just either don't have them from the start, or, you know, if you've just picked them up from a photo collector, you often don't have these things. So you have to, in my approach usually, if you don't have a certificate of authenticity, is to actually approach it as if it wasn't a match-worn shirt. Because of course, if you were then to sell it on, you'd be in the same boat. You would have to sell it out of this condition. So I think, you know, you have to kind of look at this and go, okay, if this was not a match-worn shirt, would I be interested? Now, at that price, that's not bad. But, you know, because of the sort of the wear and tear, it starts to look less attractive. If you knew it was match-worn again, you would be happy with that. If anything, that would almost add sometimes to the shirt, a bit of wear and tear. And even better if you can match it to, you know, to a game. And, you know, sometimes you see like players that have got a scuffed shirt or a damaged shirt, and you then see that on auction somewhere. That's great. Doesn't happen a lot, but that is really good. So that's a very long way of saying I probably wouldn't go in for it, despite it being a reasonable price. And of course, if it is a match-worn, it's a really good price. You know, I wouldn't go. Let's say we knew it was a match-worn shirt. I would still probably not want to pay much more than 50, even though that would be a good deal. Just because it doesn't speak to me as much as other shirts do. And I love Sampdoria, don't get me wrong, but the player, I mean, you know, it's a number 7, it's a good number, and it's long sleeve, and it isn't a good size. So maybe 50 is a bit of a low ball offer, to be fair. But that's if I knew it was a match-worn shirt. The fact it isn't a match-worn shirt, I'm less excited by it. I think at this price, it's really good. But interested to know what you guys think of this one. I'll certainly keep the tab open. We've got 10 minutes to go. Yeah, maybe it'll be worth a sneaky bid. I'm not overly sold on it though. I think we'll just watch that one from a distance. Box 10, I found a 99 2000 Colorado Rapids shirt for about $100 and $20 shipping from Italy to USA. Is that a good deal? Well, Brock, let's have a look. If we look at, and again, I should keep all football shirts open, really, shouldn't I? Let's have a look at the shirt. Colorado Rapids. Now, 1999, of course, we're getting into some exciting territory there. Now, is that this one here, Brock? If so, that is a very good deal, because this is a very collectible shirt, Kappa, late 90s Kappa, and I mean, I love the name set. It's pretty mad. But just the thing about this one, Amelie, look at that. I love this this very 90s MLS thing of the team name and a very heavily stylized look. Just straight up $100 is a great price for that. If it's the away, I think it's similar. I like the home a bit more, but the away is great. I'm less big on the shirts either side of it. So if we look at the 2001, it's in a very classic Kappa template, and I still like this. And to be honest, at $100, you're not paying. You can see here, and again, I don't know if this is actually still going to be on sale, but classic football shirts, a site who typically do overprice their shirts, or they do overprice their shirts. Now, this might be an old listing again. Apologies for my internet speed tonight. But that's this. They're at 80. And let's just have a look. We'll have a look at the things like the size. Again, I'm not sure if this is just me, but I do seem to be having some problems. I've said this before. If you can hear me, or sorry, if there's any problems, please let me know in the chat, and I can hopefully resolve them. Yeah, so here you go. There's an XXL, so it's a bigger size, but that's 80. So, but is it the is it this one, Buck, or is it one of the other ones? Basically, $100 for either of these is just a straight up great deal. I would snap someone's hand off for that myself. For these ones, I'd probably pause, unless it has a name set and it has some nice features. But these are great, and I've not seen many of these in the wild, to be honest. The crest is hilarious in it as well, but I really like that. It's pretty mad, but it's everything you want in a 90s MLS shirt, especially that team name on the front. Absolutely brilliant. Notice a few more bids for this Gasparoni Sampdoria shirt. So I wonder if that's any of you guys out there. Mike saying the stream debuffer thought it was my end. Yeah, it's probably my end, Mike, and I apologise for that. When I'm back in my studio, and I've said that on every stream for the last couple of months, but when I'm back in my studio, I'll have a wired connection and we'll be good to go. It's going to happen, guys. It will happen. It's taking time, but I promise it will be worth the wait. Oh, man. It's going to be a good day when that happens. We'll have a big celebration. White with the swoosh, size large. Yeah, bro, that's a really good deal. Honestly, mate, if I, put it this way, if it's $100 with $20 shipping, have a look, double check, but that seems like a really good deal to me. And large, good size, yeah. So just do a bit of research if you're unsure, but off the top of my head, that seems very decent. This Portugal shirt, I must say, one of my least favourite Portugal shirts of recent times. And having said that, it's got a name set. It's very, very creased, and obviously needs a good iron without damaging the shirt. But looks to be real at first glance. This price actually not bad, but it's not a shirt that I particularly like. It's just a very forgettable one, really. And I do quite like Portugal shirts. The type is interesting. Interesting style. Nani's not a bad player to have on the back. But that's one I'd pass on. But if you're somebody who collects Portugal shirts or international shirts, I think it's funny, I don't know about you guys, but often when I see shirts like this that are so heavily creased, I think often that kind of affects the price, I think. Or at least, you look at that and it's less attractive for potential just random bids. But in reality, there's not necessarily anything wrong with it, as long as you can kind of restore it a bit. It's one thing I've just noticed before, where you can get it in an auction, and then, as long as you, again, give it a bit of a light iron or steam or what have you, and, you can end up then either selling it for a bit more. So that's one thing I've noticed before, anecdotally. Thomas says, what's the best site for MLS 90s? Honestly, I've never come across a specific site for that. My best MLS pickup was from a thrift shop, from a thrift store that had an online shop. And again, sorry, I'm just pausing because I think the stream was buffering again. Sorry, guys. I don't know if that was just on my end. I think we are having a few issues. Again, please let me know either way if it's okay, if it's not. Apologies if you did hear this, but I'm going to repeat what I was saying before. My best MLS bargain was a thrift shop or from a thrift store. It was one of the new. I can't remember the exact year. Let's get the year again. I've showed off a couple of times on the channel. This one, 97, 98 away. That came to about 40 quid from an online store. That was ridiculous. This was a few years ago. One of my best ever bargains just across any team. But, you know, that sort of stuff doesn't just happen, of course. Other people have picked up bargains like that. Yeah, John Carl saying there isn't one to have to relentlessly troll either. Yeah, I think that is basically, certainly my experience. BX Gunner saying, I just remember most expensive purchase to date up until this point I hadn't passed $190. What was it for? BX Gunner, love today. But that's cool, mate. Yeah, I hope it was a good shirt. I'm sure it was. Thomas says, well, a good picture definitely makes a difference. Yeah, I think, you know, it's a very small thing, but when you're going through tons of shirts, sometimes just the presentation, it does force you to stop, you know, like here, I'm just scrolling through, and if you've got a really, really good shot, or, you know, just a good photo, you know, there's something that shows the shirt in a reasonable light, then you're on to a winner. Just quickly on this, this is nothing to write home about, but I you know, do like to look out for kind of t-shirts for cheap prices. I don't mind if they're oversized particularly. That one there is fairly basic, but you know, if that was long sleeve, I don't think it is. Let's just double check. Yeah, it doesn't say. If that was long sleeve, I'd be more tempted, even at that price. Yeah, just for a casual t-shirt, I don't mind some of those now and then. George, hello, my friend, hello. And thanks, John Carlson. It's buffering, but okay now. Yeah, sorry, as I say, guys, I'm not sure what's going on. This Arsenal shirt is really good. I really like this Arsenal shirt. That price, you know, it's not, to me, that's probably what I'd expect to you know, maybe a bit below what I'd expect to see this for if it's in good condition and a good size. And this is out, and I believe it's real. At least the initial pictures are good. I'd want to do some more checks if I was bidding on it. But I just really like the shirt. It's an unusual combo for Arsenal. But, you know, having that kind of maroon shade kind of evokes the hybrid kit, the maroon and gold kit, and the yellow, which is a very Arsenal colour. But I just think it's really smart. Nice, one of the nice Nike kits. But also had many good Nike kits. But I think towards the end of their tenure, it was hit and miss. But this one was a hit for me. And again, at that price, I'd look around, but I'd be surprised if you could find that cheaper elsewhere. I might be wrong. That seems like a fair price. Not a bargain, not a huge bargain, but that to me seems like a good deal. Again, I'm not sure. Obviously, a team like Arsenal, there's many of their shares out there. So you might be able to find it cheaper, but one to look out for there if you're an Arsenal fan. I think that's a really, really underrated shirt. I mean, there's also best offer as well. You never know. You might be able to make an offer a bit below that if there's no bids and that sort of thing. Thomas saying, yeah, that's buffing mine. Not sure if it's my Wi-Fi or not. I think it probably is me, Thomas. Certainly from my perspective, I'm seeing a few problems. Do apologise, guys. Yeah, it's probably not worth me trying to reboot the router or anything like that at this stage. But yeah, hopefully it's more watchable now. Now here we go. This is a very interesting kit. Torquay. Now Torquay, funny story really, in that they actually had a series of shirts which were essentially you know, plain Nike shirts but with bespoke elements, much like AIK's releases. And there is a reason for that, in that Prodivets were also involved in the same way that Prodivets were involved with AIK, and they are involved in the kind of the whole process. It's the same with Torquay United, of course, not as crazy as the AIK shirts, but you can see, like, in the design of it there, the sponsor, the year there, in similar kind of style to some of the AIK shirts. So this one, again, despite being very plain, is one which is quite nice. And I think I'd want to go in at a low bid around this. I wouldn't want to go much higher than this. But again, if you were to look at, so, you know, if you go to Soccer Bible, and Soccer Bible is the blog which is attached to, or linked, I should say, the same people as ProDirect. And hopefully, yeah, bizarrely, and I don't know if this is just me or maybe it's my internet, but I've noticed before old blogs aren't searchable or aren't indexed on directly from Soccer Bubble site, but that's a separate issue. Again, internet is slow, so I do apologise. Same, we've got that, but it's really struggling tonight. Yeah, don't think there's much we can do there. Anyway, this Torquay shirt, as I say, was quite quite an interesting one, despite being very plain. But the bespoke details, it's one which I'd like to look at in the low 20s. Above that, I'd be less excited. And I don't think this is necessarily much below market value. But it's the kind of shirt which I'd like to see in the flesh. So if it stays, you know, under sort of, well, I'd be happy around this price. Any much higher and I'd be less excited. Again, I'm not sure what's going on here, so I'm just going to try and... I can't even... let's just try and... Apologies. Just try and empty my cache and reload the page. That's freaked it out considerably. And now we're onto the mobile site. Let's try again. Oh, this has been a monumental fail. Right. We're back. Again, I apologise if this is a terrible experience. You can see here, the home row and third, all in the same style, but really, really smart. You know, really, really simple kits. But, I mean, the colours look much more exciting in these Pro shots, as they often do. But in short, and you've seen similar things from Torquay since, again, templates, which have been badged up. But I'd be interested to see one. I think at this price as well. Well, we'll see. We'll probably end the stream around this time, so we'll see what that goes for. Yeah, very interesting. Not a team. I've not seen many of their shirts available on eBay, so that's good. That's good to see. Jumping back to some comments, Beer's going to say that an Arsenal 95 away, long sleeve, fully patched with Bergkamp. Nice. I mean, that's a good one to break your record for the ex-gunner. DF saying favourite non-league club. Interesting question, actually. Do I have a favourite non-league club? I mean, pains me to say it, but my local team, Southend United, they are non-league at the moment, or out of the Football League at the moment. So that'll be an easy answer. But yeah, it's a good question, honestly. There's not a specific team which I look to collect or anything like that at the moment from non-league. I've picked up a few over the years, but yeah, I'll have to think about that. Do you have a favourite? I'd like to know. This Japan shirt, one I have owned and since sold on. At this price, that's excellent. It is an XL, but again, given the relative collectability of this shirt, I think these ones are quite smart. It was a bespoke design, I believe. I don't think any other teams have this pattern. I might be wrong on that, but yeah, I think at that price. Oh, that's the first yawn of the evening. 45 minutes in. Yeah. Just quickly as well. Also, not quickly, but to go back to comments. Thomas, anyone know where you can get the Leverkusen Derby kit? I believe they would have sold them direct on the site, Tom. And I wouldn't be surprised if they sold out. I might be wrong, but I would definitely check there, and if not there, you might have Oh dear, sorry guys, you might have missed the boat. I hate to say it. Hashtag United, says Thomas, on the subject of non-league. And if you like hashtag, or you're intrigued by hashtag, then there's a future Behind the Chevrons episode with them. We filmed that in the latest batch of episodes, so that's coming up soon. I think it won't be the next one, but the one after that. So that's really cool. It was really good to chat and meet the guys there. So yeah, look out for that, guys. Talking of Japan shirts, another good Japan shirt, and this one saying there's a mark. I'm not sure if they're just referring to the inside there. That's not a big problem. Yeah. So this one, I think, at this price again, it's not kind of a crazy bargain, but given the name set, it's one to look out for. British Art Foundation, series of charity shops here in the UK. Interesting to note they don't offer combined shipping, so that's a shame. But there we go. So two there. I'd probably want to go in not much more than this, but if they stay at these prices, I'd be tempted. I'd certainly be tempted. John Carl saying that shirt is overwashed. I assume you mean this one, John Carl? Man, I don't know what's going on here tonight. Or is that another one? Let me know, mate. Sampdoria, just on this, we talked about this at length, and you can see here, £34. So that I think is kind of fair. It's a good deal, even if it is a match worn. It's a reasonable deal. But it's such a shame, if it was genuinely match worn, the seller, hasn't really been able to recoup the value there. It's not a bad price, it could be worse, and certainly, again, even if it wasn't match worn, yeah, that's kind of a reflection of that situation. So there we go, that's how it ended. Not a bad price for the winner, but equally, it isn't really, you could take match worn out of that title and it would still make sense. That's how I would view that one. And yeah, Tom's saying, yeah, I think I missed the bet in that case. Yeah, I think because it was quite smart. And did they win? I can't remember if they won or not. But yeah, certainly do check. You never know. And I would also check reseller sites, or not reseller sites, sorry, social media for anyone who ends up sending it later after buying it. And again, we might be talking months down the line, but that is possible. This is a retro remake, so we're going to move on, but I did want to have a quick look just to check. John Carlson, favourite non-league. Seacoast United Phantoms. Can't get the shirts, but I found one on eBay. 2007 home. Very good, very good. That's a great name. Seacoast United Phantoms. Love that. And Tom was saying, I love the hookers at the club. Club being hashtag. As much as it does break the mold of Chichester Football Club. Also go to Richard Spencer. Yeah, honestly, I know they get a lot of stick, and I can understand some of the hesitation around them. But I was really impressed chatting to them, and in many ways, I think there are some real signs of. They are doing a lot of good things in terms of trying to be more sustainable or making this project as sustainable as possible. And that's good to see. Investing into the women's game and the grassroots game, which again is really good to see. And I think there's signs of a really serious kind of project there. Well, I think it is really serious. I don't think this is, just a flash in the pan. And that's a good thing, I think. But I mean, yeah, it's a very. Anytime I've ever tweeted about hashtag, there's been some interesting discussion, and I'm relatively open to them compared to many, I think. Interested to see the Zimbabwe shirt. This one, of course, was in a recent M&M Direct sale. Not that one, this one. So at this price, it's not much less than you would have paid at M&M Direct. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, if that one is, I assume it's now sold out at the at M&M Direct, and if that's the case, then indeed this one might be slightly, you might be able to pick up for a good price relative to the M&M a sale, assuming it's real. But yeah, I mean, obviously, given the recent sale, it's a less kind of exciting prospect. Oh yeah, John Cole, the yellow one. Sure. Yeah, that's yeah. To be honest, I think at that price, I probably would walk away, just because it's not one of the of all the talkie shirts, it's one of the least exciting ones. But I'm interested to see if that goes up at all. If we're talking prices, I'd rather go in for this Japan shirt at that price, even though it's XL. I think that's probably a better purchase than the talkie one, or even this Japan shirt again with the name. Just looking again, then that looks a bit. I don't know if the numbers look a bit small or the name looks in the wrong place. Something about that looks a bit funny, but there we go. We've got a Dundee United shirt, and Dundee United were with Hummel for a number of years, as you can see. So that's yeah, it's a team which I've never owned a Dundee United shirt, but I'd be interested to pick one up. This price is fairly high, even though it comes as a full kit. Let's look at this some though, because again, I'm quite interested to pick up a Dundee United kit from the Hummel era. Anyway, that's certainly something I'd like to pick up. This guy has a lot of listings, some non-football shirt stuff. But let's have a look what we've got here. I mean, there's all sorts of seeds and a couple of random kits from Scottish dudes. This is not what I expected to be browsing on eBay tonight. It's just such a bizarre account. You've got full kits of assorted Scottish teams, like literally one per team. You've got Celtic, Motherwell, Kilmarnock, Dunfermline Athletic, Inverness Caledonian Thistle, another Kilmarnock, another. Anyway, we're going to move on because we're looking at a lot of flowers and seeds here. Such is the joy. Oh, is that? We're going to move on. We're going to move on. I must say, yeah, an eclectic combination there, for sure. That is funny. I just need to catch up on my second screen. There we go. Right, we continue. Just a catch up of the auctions we're considering. These two Japan shirts, I think, yeah, they're certainly ones to keep an eye on. Oh, sorry, as this is talking. We've got a number of fakes again. Now this is interesting. I assume this is a remake. Almost certainly is, given the price. Yeah, I mean, you can see here that label looks like a new umbrella label. If this is an original, this will be a very, very highly sought after shirt. And of course, if we're talking about England shirts, the price of these is only going to rise as the World Cup approaches. But then it will dip again. It's a cyclical thing. International shirts and England shirts especially. But broadly speaking, it's not the worst time to be buying an England shirt. We're kind of removed enough from a tournament, just about, that you shouldn't be paying too much of a premium. John Carl saying, "Hey, he hasn't hit the like button." Good question, my friend. Good question. And indeed, Thomas saying when he feels garden. And John saying, "How do we get into the horticulture section?" Yep. It's. I mean, it's not that late, but it's getting late. It's getting to that time when we do diverge slightly. I was interested to see this. I mean, one of the best Touch 90 shirts. I love Nike's decision to have gold piping there. It made all the difference. Albeit with, it looks like a personalised name set, unless that was a women's team play at the time, but I think that's personalised. But yeah, £10 kind of reflects the fact that you've got that name set on there. If you had, Henri on the back, even though it's a very readily available shirt, it's a great one. Boxing, does he have a Thistle shirt? Yeah. I'm not sure actually. I didn't see a part of Thistle, but yeah, I would definitely double check because he had a lot of teams. I'm sure there probably would have been a Thistle one. Nestling among the seeds, so to speak. We've got some. Yeah, this is just kind of peak eBay. A lot of this stuff. Bit of a dry patch as we go through at the end of the page. This is a good. Well, let's see if it's real, but it's certainly the Croatia Total shirts were very fun. First impression isn't bad, but the price isn't incredible. It's it's fine, but even if that is real, that's nothing too crazy. Continuing. Now, this is interesting. A Leon shirt, which I don't remember much about. Now, there is quite a bit of wear to this one. Nothing crazy, but the sponsor, that's a fair bit of cracking. It's obviously been through the wash a few times. It's a shame because I think otherwise I'd be quite interested in this one. I mean, yeah, looking at it, it's not terrible condition. And at £10, it's not the worst pickup. It is long sleeve. Yeah, and I mean, the seller's been quite fair here in kind of pointing that out. But yeah, so it's a fair price and not a bad pickup there. I think the sponsor damage, I mean, you say damage, it's just kind of, again, it's gone through the wash a few times. It's nothing crazy. You could live with that. For a tenner, that isn't bad at all. I'll watch it to see what it goes for. Football Shirts 101. That's a name I'm familiar with. I recognise. And indeed, they've got a number of other shirts. So let's take a quick look whilst we're here. We've got some Topps cards as well. Yes, you can see some other very reasonably priced kits here. Yeah, some good stuff here. And again, prices seem very fair. And a good variety of price points. Yeah, that's good. There's some good stuff there. Nothing more we'll go for tonight. This West Brom shirt. That is true. John Carson knows by anything with the Gazprom sponsor. That is true. Yeah, so this West Brom shirt, a shirt which, I'm always intrigued when you've got several bids or a kind of bidding war on a shirt. It's good to see. And, with 2 hours to go, this is already £100, so it shows you the kind of value. This is an early 90s shirt. Scoreline, a very kind of old school manufacturer, but it's in great condition, and it's no surprise this one is going for a high amount. Look at that. I mean, the condition is so good that it makes me wonder, I mean, this guy probably did just have it stored away. This person just, yeah. It doesn't look like it's been worn much at all. And that is fair, obviously this price, it's XL as well. But yeah, so there we go. That'll be interesting to see what that goes for. Given the price with 2 hours to go, you'd expect it to be over 150 probably, maybe more. We'll see, but yeah. Just good to see a vintage shirt in immaculate condition. And the auction reflects that. Andrew's saying, so for later, I was watching the drama of Senegal, Egypt. Wins penalties. Who won? John Carson, Mo Salah's agent. Yeah, he won. He won. I won't start trying to kind of jump on the scores or jump on Twitter. That'll be too distracting. But yeah, I would. I'm guessing Egypt based on the comment there, but we will see. Now, on the subject of match worn shirts, which we talked about at the start of the evening, we've got a shirt here, and this one says it's match worn, but again, no certificate, which is always a bit concerning. Yes, it has the match details, which is good to see, but I think with and to be fair, if you did some picture comparisons, but it looks pretty good. Again, I assume that's the Welshman and the Mexico and not just a hilarious typo. But yeah, it's a really good shirt as well. Tailored by Umbro, an amazing era. Obviously, the price is as if it was an actual match worn shirt, and to be fair, the seller's got good ratings. So yeah, but you can see that's the kind of thing, and that price, if it is again, when you've got things that match details, it does really increase the value of a match worn shirt, because collectors like to see those things. They like to see those specific details. Senegal ones, sorry, I'm just okay. I must admit, I've got a soft spot for them. Good to see the African champions in there. But Senegal, for me, it was all about the 2002 World Cup. That was my first World Cup I really watched properly, and I had a lot of time with Senegal. They're one of my favourite teams of the tournament, just for the just the madness of them beating France in the opening game and going on with a couple of big results. Boxing lasers in Salah's face when he was taking the penalty. Wow, controversial. This Leeds drill top, again, getting a lot of action, and it's no surprise. 90s drill tops, 90s training tops are very, very popular, and the condition looks excellent on that one. So you can see there's some good stuff. I mean, similarly, Leeds related, 3 really good items here. And to be honest, yeah, all of them have something about them. Even this one, not nearly as collectible as the 90s stuff, but it's still there. I really like this England shirt, actually. This traded shirt. I think this one great with the Nationwide. You know what? That's definitely one I want to watch and see what it goes for. I'd love it to be long sleeve, but I quite like that. And to be honest, again, that's one I would be looking out for. This is from Bernardo's, another charity shop. Much like the British South Foundation we were looking at before. They've got too many things to go through here, but yeah, one to look out for, just because it's a bit of an unusual item, but I quite like that. I think it's great. You bust out something like that in the World Cup. It's pretty weird and niche to be looking at a training shirt sponsored by Nationwide. I think that's pretty good though. I like that. Thomas saying can't catch a break at international level. Yeah. Was it the last World Cup? They were that as well, and it was pretty rough, wasn't it? From memory, I can't remember anything that happened of note. Did he even score? I don't know if he did. I can't remember. Into South Yorkshire. That's a funny team name. But anyway, yeah. Interesting Liverpool auction here. Now, size small isn't great. It's always interesting to see United Liverpool. And this is, of course, from a great era, the Adidas equipment era. Looks to be vintage, based on the pictures. And even though there's a few bobbles, the condition doesn't look bad. A few marks, but, again, seems very consistent with age. I like it. This is another one to watch. Of course, again, this could rise quite a bit in 2 hours. But this is the kind of thing. See, there's a few. We're ending on a high note here. Stuff, and again, a lot can change in 2 hours. But it's the kind of stuff. Okay, this at that price, it could be quite a nice deal. It'd be worth shopping around to see. But that to me seems quite good. Even though it's a goalkeeper shirt, it's quite a nice goalkeeper shirt, and certainly the pattern or the Adidas pattern is excellent. I really like the collar on these ones. So this is just, you know, one to watch. Small isn't the best size, but yeah, one to watch. Similarly with this England shirt. So a couple of 90s or noughties as noughties, but some potential gems there from the kind of training goalkeeper end of the spectrum. So that's cool. That's cool. I just said, since you said World Cup 2002 was your first World Cup, any kits from the World Cup you'd like to own? Good question, Andrews. I'd like to pick up. It's been a while. I've been looking for a while, I should say, for South Korea's shirts or the home shirt. And it's just one of the Nike templates, albeit with a bespoke pattern that South Korea had. But that's one I'd like to pick up just because I quite like Nike kits, particularly player issue ones. If I can get the dual layer player issue, and that could be for any of the Nike teams, I'll be really, really keen. Other kits from that tournament, I think Senegal again for the reasons I mentioned, just because of the. I mean, was it the Cotswold They had not the best looking shirts, but certainly full of memories for me. So there'll be a couple on my radar. South Korea with the dual layer, if I can, and that could be quite expensive, but yeah, that'd be one. That'd be one. You can see. Oh, sorry, guys. You can see here on this other listing. The same Liverpool shirt. Now the condition looks potentially a bit better. Again, my internet is not great, so yeah. And this one, no bids at 150. That's the thing. If this one could stay around this price, I think it's a really good deal. Much higher than this, I think you're probably entering to like it's reasonable, a little bit below what you'd expect to pay, but yeah, anything kind of under 60, I think it's a good pickup. Goalkeeper shirts aren't necessarily that, they are lower in value than the home and away typically, unless it's anything crazy. But yeah, just interesting to see, and interesting to see so soon after we saw that another instance. Thomas said, do you think there are any kits that aren't too popular now that will become loved in the future, like the Bruce Banana? Oh, that's a great question. Honestly, I'd have to think more about that one. Thomas. There'll definitely be some. That's probably one to talk about, I think, in the hot wall when we're looking at some of these new shirts. It's very hard to predict these things, but yeah, almost certainly there will be a number of kits like that. And sometimes it will just take a moment in the kit itself, or just the length of time as it passes. It might just some of the shirts might just age really well. Just had a quick look at this Viva Nagasaki shirt. Of course, they're famous for their peace shirts with Hummel, but it's interesting to see an earlier shirt. Nothing too exciting about this one, but the price is very fair. Again, there's a little bit of kind of wear on the well, there's quite a bit of wear on the crest, but it is again quite smart with the name and number. And an unusual item, penalty shirt. So yeah, that's one. If you like kind of more obscure Japanese shirts, good pick up there. Quick update on the auctions we were watching. Torquay has gone up to 25 quid, so you can see there's a bit of a market here for the shirt. We'll pull out at that price. We won't stick in a bid. We will, keep an eye on this Japan shirt. Although I might actually end up the stream in 5 minutes, so I might have to let you know how I get on in the next stream. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Now, this is a very nice looking item. JEF United, a team famous for their Sega sponsored shirts. This is a fantastic looking jacket. With the Asics taping. It's got a great zip. This is excellent. This is definitely something to watch. I think the colours are pretty crazy, but I do really like that as an item. And at that price, that's a great deal. Looks a bit faded colour-wise on the crest there, but nonetheless, good condition. Yeah, this is one to watch for sure. Again, real good market for this sort of stuff. I like it. I like it a lot. That's one which I will definitely be tracking. I don't know the price. I mean, for that, you'd expect to pay probably double that, if not more. I mean, if it was listed at classic football shirts, you're looking at 100 quid, probably, or something like that. But I think, yeah, that's one to look out for. And again, I don't remember seeing this particular design a lot, but that's really, really of interest. So, guys, get on it. Bidding ends midnight, so it's a bit late, but it's a good one. Again, catch up on some comments, a bit slow here. But Andy saying if you like drill tops, check out Vintage USA drill top. I like it. I like it. Isn't that one of the ones you got, Andy? I remember you saying about that before. If it was you, wasn't it, who had the USA drill top? And Thomas saying, yeah, I think nostalgia can play a part in this sort of thing. Indeed, indeed. The Marble Murder Kit might be one in 15 years, says John Cole. Yep, that's the kind of thing. You're looking for things like relatively bespoke patterns, or patterns which, maybe were a little bit odd, because they will have a bit of a story, for sure. So, guys, let's round up here. A few interesting items, nothing which we've bid for yet, and you can see Chalky shirt getting some action. So that's the thing. It's pretty crazy that essentially it's just a plain Nike shirt, but it's got that sponsor detail, or in place of the sponsor of the year detail. And the crest, to be fair, is quite smart. The kind of minimalist, very modern looking crest. It's getting some action in the high 20s. But a few things. We've got the Japan shirts again, which seemed like good pickups. Nothing crazy, but certainly ones to look out for. Tokyo you mentioned. This England shirt, I'm really interested to see what it goes for. It'd be one which I'd want to do a bit of research around, but that to me could be a really nice price if it's in the teens or the low teens. This little shirt is probably not one I'd go for, even though I think this is a good price for it. But that's definitely one which I think it could be a real steal. And this, I think, is probably my most exciting item that we've found. This one here, it's got all the kind of trappings of a 90s jacket. Looks to be in good nick, bit faded, maybe colour-wise on the crest, but even the back of the shirt looks good. So I'm quite keen to see what this one goes for. To be honest, I think this one could be quite a good pickup. It could rocket quite a lot in 3 hours, though, of course. But there we go. Some good finds. Nothing we've bid for yet. And again, Torquay is just closing up as we speak. And the Japan shirts will soon follow. But now, let us turn back to the screen. If there's any questions as we finish, do chuck them in the chat. But thank you for hanging out. And he's saying, yeah, that's one up for sale. That's the one. That's why you want us to Google USA or search USA drill top. But yeah, guys, as I say, any final questions, do stick them in the chat. But thanks for hanging out nonetheless. Don't forget to check out my new shorts video. 30 seconds, I picked out a bit of an unsung hero, a bit of a sleeper kit of the year. We're going to be doing that regularly throughout the season. And there's other shorts content I'm going to be trying. Of course, we've still got these streams. We've got the Hot Wall coming on Thursday, and we're going to be doing the 3-hour stream. Last week we tried that. I wasn't very well, so I'm just about managed an hour. But we should be back to doing the 3-hour slot next week. So look forward to that. But yeah, thank you for hanging out, guys. As I say, any final comments before we go? But if not, I'll speak to you in the week, and I will hope you see many of you on Thursday. For interest sake, just to let you know, a Torquay shirt with 30 seconds to go. Okay, so it's still 26.27. Let's see what that one ends up. I don't know. Oh, yeah, let's just check there. And again, I do want to apologise for the internet issues tonight. I hope it's not been too detrimental, but it certainly hasn't been as smooth as I'd want it to be. So apologies for that. And just saying, I wonder if that match on AFCON jersey that still had the tag on while the player was wearing it was shout one of these days. That would be an incredible. I mean, am I right? I think. Oh no, was it? No, the one where the guy taped the shirt. He sold that for charity, right? I think, or I'm sure I saw something about that guy selling it. But the tag ones are, yeah, great. One of my favourite stories of AFCON for sure. There's some good kit stories there. Thanks, Thomas. Good to see you, mate. I hope you, hope you have a good rest of your evening and a good couple of days. I'll speak to you soon. John Carl, final question. What is the meaning of life? And don't tell me 42. Well, John Carl, I would say to that a very simple answer. But I'm a Christian. And that's a big part of my life. That is very much part of my life. So my answer to that would be to see what Jesus says. Now, I know that's pretty controversial to say in some circles, but I would genuinely say that. I won't go into further details. But that would be my genuine answer to that question. I appreciate the 42 reference though. And yeah, probably not what you expected to hear on tonight's stream, but that's what I'd say. One to maybe talk further off stream, maybe. But yeah. Guys, thank you so much though for tonight. Thank you for chatting. Thank you for your questions. Hope you get some eBay wins in the coming days. Yeah. As we finish, update, final price for the Torquay shirt was £31. So there we go, £31 for the Torquay shirt. More than I'd expect actually. So, but it shows you the kind of the collectability there, and you can see the Japan shirt here. Sorry, you can't see it on the screen, but that's on £19 with a minute to go. Another good pickup, potentially. I need to check my messages. That is true, my friend. I'm so sorry. I'm terrible at checking those. I will check that. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out. I'll see you very soon for another video. Until then, have a good one. Take care.